Delighted to say we're joined by Flex from the United View and former West Ham, Wolves and England winger Matt Jarvis coming to us live from the Big Brother diary room. I've already used that joke twice today, but whatever. Good morning to you both. Right, we're going to start with the race for the top four then. Tottenham's victory over West Ham means that they're 3 points behind Arsenal, who are currently in that final Champions League place. Matt, just how much belief will that give Tottenham?
Huge belief. Good morning, by the way. Yes, huge belief. They're going off the 4 wins in the last 6. I think they've got a real stable team now as well. Conte's done a lot of work on the training ground with them. Son and Kane, if you've got them in your team, I mean, it's just phenomenal the way that they look for each other, and their link-up play is just so well drilled, and it's something that's only going to benefit them from playing week in, week out. And it's a really, really positive vibe for them going into the next few weeks, because they as I said, the momentum's building. Winning games breeds confidence, and you can see that within the team.
In fact, how much pressure does that now put on Arsenal, because they won, but then the next day they see Tottenham go and get 3 points as well?
Yeah, I think it's to be expected from the Arsenal side of things. I think they would embrace this. They know that there's been a bit of a hunting pack, and they know that it's theirs to lose. They're extremely confident. You look at their last 5 games and beyond that, to be honest with you. But if you just look at the last 5, they were wins and more than that as well. And they're just building confidence. It doesn't matter who plays. It doesn't matter whether they have to dig it out a little bit. Yes, they had that loss to Liverpool. But that's the sort of thing that's happening with Arsenal, to be fair to them, is that, they're losing against the teams that are probably far superior to them, in the likes of Liverpool or Manchester City, and putting up decent performances in those games. But all the teams in and around them, they're getting the job done, and they're building momentum. So I think they'll be aware that Tottenham and Manchester United, yes, are closely trying to claw back points on them, but I still think they'll feel really, really confident about themselves, and they absolutely should be. The form they've been in, they're the only one out of the top 4 pack as it is that have actually showed some consistency and put a run together, and it shows you what they can do. So they'll know Spurs are coming, but I think they'll still be very confident about their chances for sure.
I think it's all about the running as well for them. They've just got such a good run of games going into it. The couple of games in hand, I think the Palace and Brighton in the next 2, I think these are games that they can go and take the 3 points in both of them, and then it just real puts pressure on everyone else. And as Flex said, the confidence is there. You can see them. They're enjoying their football under Arteta. So it's theirs to lose at the moment.
Matt, where does this leave your old club West Ham and their hopes?
There's still hope, but being 6 points behind with Arsenal having 2 games in hand as well is difficult. I think at the moment it's not going to be their season for the top 4. The real big disappointment for fans would probably be that the January window had been gone and the strengthening wasn't maybe there. That was probably the time that they really could have done with getting some players in and really building the squad for the big run-in. But a little bit disappointing, but what a season they've had so far.
Absolutely. I agree with everything Matt just said there as well. But I just look at the Europa League run that they're having, beating Sevilla in the Europa League. You saw how the amazing atmosphere at the London Stadium. You saw how happy the players were. I saw a lot of the interviews afterwards. You could see what it meant to the players, especially players like Mark Noble and Declan Rice, Yarmolenko getting that goal. And, although West Ham fans may see it as they may not be in the top 4 race anymore, what a season they've had. What a job David Moyes has done. And there is still so much to be excited about for this West Ham team. I think with fairly limited resources in terms of not strengthening in January like they could have done to give an extra push in certain areas, they've done such a good job. And as a neutral, when I look at West Ham, I'm excited for them. I really am. They've got every right to be really proud of their team, really excited. And I want them to go as far as possible in the Europa League as well. They've done so well. So yes, I think there was always going to be a natural point of this season where their squad probably wasn't going to be able to cope with all the demands being placed on it. But to get to the Europa League latter stages like they have, and the position they're in, knocking out a team that a lot of English teams absolutely struggle. Sevilla are almost the kings of the Europa League. They've done it over 2 legs, so they're in a great position to have a good end to the season for sure.
What about the position Manchester United are in now then, Flex? How
Why do you have to ask me that? Why? Why do you have to? Why?
Well, I was thinking you could give the Manchester United fans some hope that you can still get into that top 4.
There's always hope. There's always hope, but there's also reality as well. You know, emotionally, it's been an absolute roller coaster. A lot of Manchester United fans are aware that we need to press that reset button. If we could press it now and just get to the end of the season, a lot of Manchester United fans, I dare say, would choose that. Me, on a personal note, I definitely would choose that. It's been very, very tough to endure. I'm sure rival fans will have enjoyed it, but for us, it's been really turmoil. And look, I think, like I said, with Arsenal being so confident, we're a point worse off than Spurs and games worse off as well. So we're really hoping that Arsenal lose some of these games in hand that haven't been played yet. But we have to win. In the meantime, we have to win all of those up until we play Arsenal, up until we play Chelsea ourselves, up until we play Liverpool and get the job done against these teams, which looks like it'll be a big ask. But the best thing that can happen for us, me personally, is just to get to the end of the season, show a little bit of fight from now to the end and hit the reset button, because it's been absolute turmoil. I think Spurs and Arsenal seem in a better position to mount more of a top 4 challenge than we do. But the season has thrown up some questionable fixtures and results, so you do never know. But I can't see it, guys. I can't see it.
Because you're enjoying this chat so much, I'm going to stick with you for a moment, Flex. We talk about who the next Manchester United manager will be quite a lot. Mauricio Pochettino's PSG will win the league, but they lost 3-0 yesterday to Monaco. They're out of the Champions League too. Would you say that his stock is falling?
I think many have seen it falling since he kind of took over at PSG, and I see the PSG as a PSG job as a really hard job to judge somebody on. It's a very difficult club to judge progress. I think if you don't come in there and win the Champions League, you never really stick out as having achieved anything great there. You look at what Tuchel did at PSG, left there, went to Chelsea and has done really well. You look at Unai Emery and other managers, it's kind of a similar theme there. But I think the links that Pochettino has always had with Manchester United from when Oli was there and it looked like he may take the job and it didn't quite happen, I think a lot of people do feel like that was maybe yesteryear's love story. Maybe they want to see us move on and get somebody else. But I look at Erik ten Hag, he went out of the Champions League also as well at the same time as Pochettino. And I think there's a lot of similarities between the two coaches. But I do think the next Man United job, one, we've got to get it right and we've got to relinquish a lot of power and understanding to a new project, a new philosophy for a new manager. But two, I do think it's going to be one or the other out of Pochettino and Erik ten Hag. I'll be massively surprised if it was anyone else.
I think off the back of that, I think you're right of what you said about that there needs to be a reset, because the whole way that Man United have done it in the last couple of seasons, you look at it, former players are coming out saying it needs to be from the top. They need to get the manager right. That's the starting point. Once you get the manager right, then it can filter down. You can't have the interim managers for different parts of the season to get it through. You need to have the manager that's going to have that aura about him, that's going to be able to earn that respect of the players and actually show everyone, right, this is the way we're going, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it, and then everyone can follow suit behind it. And that just doesn't seem to have been the case for the moment. So to get that manager right is got to be the priority, and it's a really difficult decision.